The fabric of our society is rent, and I want to help stitch it back together again. For me, that's the number one issue, is that we're starting to dehumanize our neighbors. That's a hallmark of fascist regimes, where we can get people on one side or the other to look at our neighbors and think, well, we've got to get rid of them. We can't do business with them. That's a real problem for me as I raise a family in Amherst, and I want my awesome country life here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. I want to be able to love all my neighbors with all my heart, because what else are we supposed to be doing here? You know, Vance Wilkins, who was representing Amherst for 20 years, eventually became Speaker of the House from Amherst. He said back in the day, Democrats and Republicans played poker together after the General Assembly session. Now they don't even talk to each other. What are we doing here, folks? We've got to find a way back together, to find each other, to find our community again. What is the purpose of our life here? Just to fight each other? To beat each other into some kind of submission over some wedge issues? I say we've got to find a way to put it all back together again. That's why I'm running on the peace and love ticket. Education of our youth, who are the next generation, is paramount. Taking care of infrastructure is very important, and along with healthcare. But we clearly, the same way we're in a food desert, we're in a healthcare desert. Our entire 53rd district now one level 1 trauma center, no birthing center, and if y'all have ever had to deal with the Lynchburg General situation, it's not pleasant. We really need government to help with that. Who's going to take care of the orphan child? Who's going to take care of the elderly person with no next of kin? We're not going to, the United States isn't that, right? The Commonwealth of Virginia is built on the idea that we take care of our neighbors. And I love the idea that the private sector could do that, but the private sector often fails at that. And that's the importance of government. And I think that the importance is also that we have good leaders with integrity. Because I think what we're seeing right now in our society is that when we have leaders that don't show integrity at the top, that is what trickles down. And then we have kids growing up seeing that it's okay to be nasty, to be divisive, to call the other side names even. When I appreciate one of the rules of the classroom is we only have positive speech. And that's what we ought to be getting back to, and that's what we need from our leaders. I want to go to Richmond and show folks how it can be done, because I'm a uniter, and I'm not a divider. And I want to get Richmond politics back to at least a place where people are talking to each other. I feel like we are in a tinderbox situation, and I see a lot of folks walking around with a match, a lit match, ready to do something dangerous. And I find myself out here with a bucket of water.